Hey all, it's a smart retiree video today, which I think is very important for people to hear. Sometimes you've got to hear things you don't like, and I had to go through this not that long ago because you know I've made a lot of money during the course of my life, but I've probably spent most of it and been a little bit reckless and missed many opportunities over the years, like many of you have. Just think over the last 50 years, going all the way back to the late 70s up until now, the number of investment opportunities that have been presented to us that could have made us all millionaires overnight. I'm thinking way back to late 70s. I'm just thinking of things like Microsoft, gold, for example, and then in later years, of course, we get to the Bitcoin boom and more. I thought about this today when the SpaceX launch happened earlier, and I thought how many people were going to be involved in that launch, and the answer to that is a lot. Even at $135 a share to kick things off with, but people are being told that that's going to increase significantly. I hope it does for them, but I'm always wary a little bit of these type of shares buys, especially in their infancy. And one very smart person I know told me that perhaps buy some at the beginning, but just wait and let things pan out. And then, because in a lot of cases those prices start to come down, that's when you go in and buy. But that's not the purpose of this video. Let's go in, and I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. Please understand that, and respond in the comments. But this is probably more for me than anything else as well. But just imagine when you were a young person, in your late teens, maybe early 20s, and all of a sudden the opportunities that started to present were fantastic. You didn't think much about them at the time. You thought, wow, that's amazing. But would have been nice to just put down a few dollars every now and again on each one that came about. But who are we to know? You get asked the question, would you do anything different if you were able to go back to your 20s? And most of us would say yes, but only with what we know now. So the first of those opportunities was gold, which in the 1970s surged from $35 to $800 an ounce as we had that inflation spike that caught a lot of people off guard. But gold going up so high in such a short period of time, and just recently we saw it surge again to over $5,000. And at the time of making this video, it had dropped back to the low 4,000s. But gold certainly won. Long-term treasury bonds, especially for those in the United States, the 30-year bonds locked in 14 to 16% yields in the 1980s, and that's been a boon for a lot of people, but the majority of us probably missed out and just had to watch other people get rich while those bonds just produced some amazing income for a lot of people during that time. Then we stay in the 1980s, the S&P 500 index funds through Vanguard, where Bogle launched the index fund era, and that presented life-changing returns. I wasn't much of an investor when I was young, and any advice that I would seek would be with someone that knew what they were doing, and I wasn't really investor-minded. And I guess a lot of you were probably the same. And we never really thought about jumping on these things at that time, and just were happy to stand on the sidelines and watch other people make money. Also in the 1980s and also into the 1990s, of course, the Berkshire Hathaway stock went from $1,000 in 1980. In fact, let me correct that. If you invested $1,000 in 1980, that $1,000 today is worth $9 million. Everything's great in hindsight, isn't it? Yep, I've been like that all my life, but that's amazing. $1,000 growing to almost $9 million in just 46 years. Of course, the early tech stocks of the 1990s, Microsoft, Cisco, Intel, they made 1,000+ % gains in the dot-com boom. I remember at the time, working as a journalist, I just thought it was a fascinating story of how the dot-com boom eventuated. And then, of course, later we had that big crash in the late 1990s, early 2000s, but things certainly picked up with a head of steam after that. Real estate growth in 1990 to the 2000s until the crash in the mid to later 2000s, pre 2008 appreciation in cities like Phoenix, Vegas, and Miami. If you're in the United States, were just amazing. Then Amazon comes along in the 2000s, and you could have bought a $10 share post .com crash, and that share now worth about $3,500 plus. Apple, of course, pre-iPhone Apple stock was selling at pennies on the dollar. Wouldn't you love to go back in time? Pennies on the dollar in the 2000s, and goodness me, have a look at Apple now. 2010's Bitcoin, of course, was born. Remember the founder, I think it was the founder of Bitcoin, when he first came up with the idea, he bought 14 pizzas. I think it was for, I forget how many hundreds of Bitcoin, but he didn't have any money at the time, and the pizza delivery guy was able to pick himself up several hundred Bitcoins at that time. But it's been amazing. $1 in 2011 of Bitcoin became $60,000 at its peak just a few years later. And of course, recently we saw it climb to $125,000. We're in a lull at the moment. It's back into the 60s again. But if you had bought Bitcoin very early on in the piece, you'd be sitting fairly pretty. And then the S&P 500 post 2009, it's the longest bull market in history with 400% plus gain. But they're just a few of the great opportunities that we've had during the last 50 years. And now we're all into our 60s and beyond. And for those of us that, are wondering how we're going to get through retirement on the income we're currently making, I've got a video planned. My next video, I'm going to give you 7 tips on how you can still turn things around to a great extent and make a real effort to finish on the right side of the ledger. But look, the brutal truth is that consistent, boring investing, maxing out retirement accounts, and holding index funds would have made almost anyone wealthy over 30 to 40 years. And the best time to start was yesterday, of course, but the second best time is today. So, as I said, I didn't make this video to rub it in and make you feel guilty. This was this was as much for me as it is for you. And I hope you take some note, because it's never too late to start. And we'll look at some of the best ways to start if you're in your 60s and beyond, coming up in our next video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to watch the next video that's up on the screen, and I'll catch you very shortly.